You do not have a time management problem. You do not lack resources, and you do not lack knowledge. You have a negotiation problem. Right now, inside your head, there is a courtroom, and every single time you are faced with friction, every time you are supposed to wake up early, do the deep work, or push through pain, a trial begins. Your mind takes the stand. It acts as the defense attorney for your weakness. It presents perfectly logical arguments for why you should rest. It tells you that you are tired. It tells you that one day off will not matter. It reminds you of your past failures to convince you that trying is pointless. And the greatest tragedy of your life is that you sit in the jury box. You listen to this pathetic defense and you agree with it. You negotiate with your own mind and you lose every single time. The masses have been infected by a psychological disease. It is the belief that you must feel good to perform well. The self-help industry has sold you a fairy tale. They have convinced you that motivation is a requirement for action. They tell you to wait for a spark, to find your passion, to align your energies. This is a trap designed to keep you poor, average, and entirely predictable. Motivation is a fragile, unpredictable chemical reaction. It is an emotional weather pattern. If you build your empire on the foundation of how you feel, your empire will collapse the moment the wind changes. The top 0.01% operate on a completely different psychological framework. They understand the physics of discipline. Look at the laws of motion. An object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion. When you sit on your couch waiting to feel like doing the work, you are violating the laws of physics. You are expecting momentum to magically appear out of stagnation. It is mathematically impossible. The elite do not negotiate with their minds because they do not care how they feel. To them, emotions are simply biological suggestions, and they reject the suggestion. Think about your brain's evolutionary imperative. Your brain is not designed to make you successful, rich, or exceptional. Your brain is a survival mechanism designed thousands of years ago. Its primary function is to conserve energy and avoid pain. When you attempt to build a business, train your body, or master a skill, you are demanding that your brain expend massive amounts of energy and endure psychological pain. Your biological hardware goes into panic mode. It floods your system with cortisol. It manufactures anxiety. It begs you to retreat to the baseline of comfort. When your mind tells you to quit, it is not telling you the truth. It is simply running a primitive survival script. It is a biological algorithm malfunctioning in the modern world. To achieve escape velocity and leave the 99% behind, you must enforce the law of severance. You must sever the connection between your emotions and your actions. You must become a dictator over your own physical vessel. When the alarm rings at 4 in the morning, the average man starts a conversation. Just 5 more minutes, I worked hard yesterday. I need the recovery. The elite man hears the alarm, and the mind is completely silent. There is no conversation. There is no courtroom. There is only the protocol. The feet hit the floor because the protocol dictates it. The work gets done because the protocol requires it. You must stop treating your mind like a friend whose advice you need to consider. When it comes to hard work, your mind is a coward. You must treat your internal dialogue with absolute contempt when it begs for comfort. This transition will be viscerally uncomfortable. We live in a society that worships comfort. You have a device in your pocket that delivers cheap dopamine on command. You have endless streams of entertainment designed to numb your ambition. You are surrounded by people who have surrendered to their base impulses, and they want you to surrender too, so they do not feel guilty about their own mediocrity. When you stop negotiating, you will become an alien to them. You will seem cold. You will seem mechanical. But this is the price of admission to the 0.01%. You must build a wall between your feelings and your execution. If you're sad, you do the work. If you're exhausted, you do the work. If you're uninspired, you do the work. The universe is entirely indifferent to your emotional state. The market does not care if you had a bad day. Reality only respects action. It only respects the undeniable weight of work completed. Look at your life right now. Look at the gap between who you are and who you know you could be. That gap is not filled with a lack of talent. That gap is filled with the thousands of tiny negotiations you have lost to your own mind. It is a graveyard of compromises. It is time to close the courtroom. The gavel has fallen. The debate is over. From this moment forward, you do not bargain with weakness. You do not entertain excuses. You detach from the comfort of the crowd. You step into the cold reality of discipline, and you execute the protocol. Shut off the mind, move the body, build the empire.